Welcome to the shop. Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Garage Groove, where we are trying to recycle some funds. Last week we had picked up a couple machines. Oh, we just scored. Somebody threw these out. Remember, all of this is heading towards working on bikes, getting our motorcycles done. Somebody threw these out. This is a nice leaf blower. I have no idea what's wrong with it. And this is a nice weed eater. Okay, so we had a couple machines that we had picked up, and I started looking at one of them already, this leaf blower. All I can see at this point is the filter was dropped into the tank, so there was nothing holding it. It looks like it needs a couple gas lines. That's it. There's nothing going from there to this. So we're going to go ahead and that's step number one. We're going to add the new gas lines to it. It's not a very expensive gas lines. We're talking if we got a foot of it, well, maybe a couple bucks, you know, and that's if the place is expensive. But we're going to get some good gas lines. We're going to put the gas lines in there, and then we'll try it again, see what happens. Maybe it'll spark, and maybe it'll start. Maybe it'll start, but it won't run right. Who knows? I don't know what we're getting into, but all I know was somebody threw these away, and it looks like a very nice, very clean machine. I mean, everything looks like it's in good shape, man. This is a nice leaf blower. We might even keep this for our property, you know. Who knows? Let's get it running first and go from there. The next one we're going to check out is this guy. I don't know what's wrong with this, but we'll take a look at it. Let's take a look at this tank. That's pretty common with this. Well, this one's got, you see, this one's got line coming out of it. I see it's leaking or something. That's an easy fix. That's an easy fix. Does it have? It looks like it's got the filter inside it. So that's, oh, it's even got gas in it. We're going to try to start this one, see if we can start it. We'll see you in a minute. Let's see if we can start this one. Okay, so the weed eater, it's interesting because this, it clearly says on it, it's 4-cycle. It's a 4-stroke. But somebody put 2-stroke gas in it. So I'm wondering if the plug is fouled. That's typically what would happen if, let's get a screwdriver here. Let's pop that plug. Let's see if this thing sparks. Okay. Can't do this with one hand. I don't have any helpers, so I'll get back. We'll come back in just a minute. Well, that's what's wrong with it. Nothing. It just needed a little bit of a pulsing. what it is, man. People throw stuff away. It's in good shape. Good running machine. I'm not sure what the gas deal is. It looks dark. Hello everybody. So here we are. We got that trimmer running, as you saw. We're working on this leaf blower. This guy. So what we're doing right now, we're feeding. I got brand new. We got some nice gas lines. And we're gonna feed these into these. Now, in case you didn't know, a good way, the way I do it, I saw a guy do it a long time ago, is I just cut these off at an angle. And you see how nice that fits in there? Then all I do is I take one of these little bent guys, I grab it with that, and I just pull it. Right? So we're gonna grab it, and we're gonna pull it, and we're gonna do that a few times. These are supposed to make a very tight seal. See, it's very tight in there, but that's what you want. Okay, this is very easy. These, there just happens to be 1 and 2 that are begging for a gas line here. Okay, so we got both of these fed through, pretty easy. Now what we do is we take our scissors and we cut this the angle off of them, so that we have a nice straight shot, you know. So we're gonna go and take that off. There. Now we got a nice, right here, it's a very nice and tight seal. That's the way it's supposed to be. Now, what we have to do is we're going to go ahead and mount the tank. Just like that. And we're going to pull these guys out. And then we're going to, look at that, the whole, and then these actually are going to get fed, and they're going to lay here at the bottom. So once we hook the tank up, because we do need an idea of how long these need to be, but we'll go ahead and get all of that mounted. So we'll see you guys in just a minute. Okay, so what we have done on this leaf blower is we added our gas lines. Very easy. And it seems to start up, but it doesn't stay up. So there's a couple. So my first take is to clean the carb. So we're going to take this little carb off, and we're just going to clean. This thing is like, these are small, tiny little carbs, man. I mean, look at that. It's almost easier sometimes to replace these, but we'll take a look at it. When you're working on little stuff like this, it's like putting a diaper on an ant. You know what I mean? It's a pain in the butt. But we're going to just do a quick cleanup on it. We're not going to dissect it or nothing. We're going to blow it out. We're going to throw a little carb cleaner through it. We'll put it back, and then we'll see if we can get it running. If not, I think the carbs are like 10 bucks. It's not a big deal. It's still well worth it, you know. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll see you in a second. Okay. So there is this little baby carb. Look at this little guy. Just a tiny little thing. Okay. We're going to pop this right here off. There's a diaphragm up underneath that. We got to be very careful taking that out. And then we'll take some we'll take this primer bulb off. Yeah, that's about it. You know, we'll clean it up a little bit, see what we can get out of it. You know, maybe we'll blow some dirt out of it or something. That's about all you can do with these little guys. Otherwise, you just toss them, and like I said, for 10 bucks, you can get a brand new one. So we're not gonna monkey with it. The only reason we're not getting it is if I can do it quicker. It's basically just the waiting time. You know what I mean? The quicker I get this running, the quicker I can flip it and sell it. But we'll see. If not, we'll get another carb. Not a big deal. So let's take this apart and then we'll come right back. Okay, so what we did was we rebuilt this little baby carb, and what I found was this is a diaphragm, and this should this is all crinkled. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you see the crinkles in it? That is a sign that it sat for a long time without any use, and this diaphragm is junk. So we cleaned the carb. We put a new diaphragm kit on it. I'll show you. I've already installed it, kind of. But see, the kit comes with many different versions. So you just pick the gaskets that apply to you. This was our old, where's the old one? This was our old diaphragm. It was not functioning right. This should, it should have a lot better flex to it than that. This is almost like, see, it shouldn't be doing that. So in any case, this is part of the new kit, and we put the new kit in there. Now I will say that the carb needs to be tuned, and that's what these two little screws here, we have to tune those. But let's see, it does seem to want to. So then that's what we did. We added a new diaphragm to that carburetor, and it seemed to do a lot better. Now what we have to do is we have to dial the carburetor in. It does seem to do a lot better. I think it just needs a little tweaking. So we will we'll do that and get back to you here real quick. We'll see you in a minute. Welcome back, everybody, to Garage Groove. This week's episode, as you know, we're working on a couple free machines that we got. You saw our weed eater. There was nothing to it. I cleaned the plug a little bit. We put it in, and it runs great. The leaf blower, what we did was the diaphragm we found on the carb was bad, so we had $8 into this new kit, and we put it in to this carburetor, and then we got it so it was running good, but it wasn't running very good. So what I did was I dialed that carburetor in. If anybody doesn't know, it's not rocket science, people. It's pretty easy. You got two screws here. One, this is for your low idle, and this is for your high. So this screw right here is going to determine how your machine idles without giving any gas. And this one will determine how it runs on full gas. So before you give any gas, you adjust this, and then you hold this thing wide open, and then you adjust your high. It's just turning the screw. It's that easy. The carburetor comes apart pretty easy. I did it off camera, most of it, so hopefully you can look it up. Again, these aren't tutorials, these are just documentations, but look it up, it's pretty easy. There's no rocket science here, so hopefully that helps you. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go ahead and start this machine now that it's tuned in, and I have my helper here, Sofian. Sofian is gonna clean our, he's gonna sweep our garage for us. So let's see if we can start this thing. You gotta pull on it pretty hard. Give it a good, there it goes. Now you hold it wide open. Yep, hold it wide open. Yep. Hold it wide open, and you just hold it to the ground. There you go. Everything everywhere. That's the kill switch. He was blowing everything everywhere. You had no idea of where everything was blowing. That's cool. So, anyways, that's our machine. Thank you, Sophia, and you can go back to your room and do what you're doing. So he helped us out. So thank you very much for that. So, anyways, that's our episode this week, everybody. Couple machines for free. We had little to no money into this thing. We had little to no time into it, and they're running great. Now what we're going to do is we'll probably end up selling these things pretty quick. This one, I'm not going to sell it quite yet because it's not really seasoned for that. The leaf blower is good, so we're probably going to end up getting rid of that. So anyways, I hope you guys got a little something out of this. Again, I'm going to reiterate, this channel is motorcycles and music. I like to emphasize motorcycles as much as anybody else. Unfortunately, I have to do regular things to keep the channel going. The only difference is I'm feeding everything through the channel so you guys get to see it. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for subscribing, and always we'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Take care.